Hey, before the video starts, real quick, if you don't know what the SCP Foundation is, here's a link to my last video, where I give a bit of an introduction to it. If you watch this video without knowing about the Foundation, it might not make a whole lot of sense, so watch that one first. Got it? Okay, cool. On with the video. So, okay, here's the thing. In my last video, I said that I wanted to talk about some different specific SCPs that I liked or thought were interesting. So, let's do that. Now, if I went in depth at all in this video, it would rapidly spiral out of control and explode into just me ranting for hours and hours, and while I would love to make a 3-hour video essay, I've been told to read out this comprehensive treatise on the matter on behalf of my therapist, editor, and lawyers. No. I mean, gotta admire the efficiency, I guess. So, yeah, each of the SCPs I talk about in this video is going to be comically oversimplified. In fact, I'm going to challenge myself to synopsize each of these SCPs in 100 words or less. Don't worry about missing stuff, though, because I will be linking the full pages in the description, so if any of these sound interesting, go ahead and read them. The point of this video is not to replace you reading the SCPs, it is to convince you to read the SCPs. First of all is my personal favorite. SCP-423 is a fictional character who can transfer himself between different books. He shows up in a book as a minor character called Fred and— No! Not that one! Go away! A lot of the fun of this one comes from reading the extended testing log, where they put him in a bunch of different books to see what happens. Like, what happens if the book he goes into is written in a different language? What if it's not a narrative, but a textbook? What about comic books? And so on and so forth. SCP-1471 is a phone app. When you install it on your phone, it starts sending you pictures of places you've been before, places you go often, and eventually places you currently are, all with this creepy, weird dog skull man somewhere in the picture. After a couple days of this, you also start seeing him in real life, although unexpectedly, it has never been known to do anything actually harmful. It just looks really creepy. It also, apparently, has the anomalous ability to make people draw really, really weird fan art of it. Do not Google this if you want to keep your sanity. SCP-999 is an approximately human-sized mass of friendly, adorable orange goop with the consistency of peanut butter. Touching it causes, direct quote, immediate mild euphoria, and it loves playing with people like a puppy and eating candy. It's one of the older articles on the site, so the writing isn't exactly up to modern standards, but even so, it's one of the most popular articles on the site. Almost everyone loves this one, and it's often considered to be kinda the polar opposite or counter to the next one. SCP-682 is probably the second most famous one. It's a huge, vaguely reptilian monster that is extremely hard to kill. For any attack made on it, it will almost immediately heal and then become resistant to that kind of attack. That on its own wouldn't be that bad, if not for the fact that it's also hyper-intelligent and it really, really, really hates all life on Earth. So it's constantly breaking out in order to do all that fun murder stuff before they can recapture it and drag it back to the box. SCP-1689 is a bag of infinite potatoes. What? I don't need all 100 words for each one. There's a really well-written exploration log for this one, though, where they all go in and explore the infinite potato world. SCP-049 is a plague doctor-like entity who appears to be completely convinced that some people are suffering from some kind of pestilence that we can't see or detect or even understand, and the only cure for it is for him to do, something to the corpses of those who were supposedly afflicted by the pestilence, which turns them into, well, basically zombies. The problem with this is that sometimes he decides to do his science fair experiments on living people, which, according to this extremely technical medical journal here, super extra double kills the victim. SCP-3166 is, hold on. Okay. Give me a second. Chubbs?
What's up, boss?
Chubbs, look over this script real quick.
Okay, what's the issue?
What's the Chubbs, how am I supposed to say SCP-3166 is a Garfield costume filled with lasagna that attacks people who are mean about the Garfield franchise by force-feeding them its own pasta without sounding like a crazy person?
Not gonna lie, boss, that one's on you.
Thanks. Anyway, I promise that Garfield one makes more sense if you read it. Sort of. Okay, maybe it doesn't, but that's not the point.
What is the point?
Anyway, there's a bunch more SCPs I wanted to talk about in this video, but I ran out of time. So if you're interested in more severely abridged SCP synopses, then subscribe, ring the bell, and hey, why not leave a comment while you're at it? If you're already into the SCP Foundation and you're just watching my videos because you like my videos, if there's any SCPs that you want to see me talk about in 100 words or less, tell me about it. You know, I was originally only going to be making one SCP video. Anyway, thanks for watching part 2 of 3. If you missed my first one, here's a link. And hey, if you have a friend who wants to get into SCPs but you don't know what to recommend, toss them a link to these videos. It's always fun to get more people into the stuff that you like. Thank you for watching, and
you do not recognize the bodies in the water. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Special thanks to my Elder Manticore patron. Open parentheses. Close parentheses. If you'd like your name read aloud during the credits, like this parenthetical kitten here, or animated across the screen like these lovely people, my Patreon is in the description.